Hello, Internet. It's Logan Sennhauser with the Sennhauser Racing Team. And special guest Chase Louder.
With the Sennhauser Braking Team.
Oh, that was good. That was well done. We are here with Sheila and our Franken motor. I filmed a quick video about that, but I did not put it out into the internet yet. I think I'm going to, but either way, we took a head from a motor we chucked a rod from and put it on the motor that the head seized up at Nelson Ledges, and it runs. Although we just found out it runs on 3 cylinders, and this is true. But I think it's going to be Chase came up with a good idea of stealing a valve from the engine that we froze up at Nelson. So we take a valve from that, put it in to replace the bent valves in this, and maybe we'll get our cylinder 4 compression back. We'll see. Either way, it's a Franken engine. It's costing us nothing to mess around with it, so we might as well. With that being said, this is the new heart of Sheila. Chase went to it's this guy named Chris in Michigan who parts out Miatas, and this is a VVT engine from like a 03 with, what was it, like 107,000 miles on it. It's very pretty. Chris really takes care of cleaning things up and making sure we've been made aware that his the pride of his family is all in his Miata part out business. So he seems like a good dude. So anyways, this is going in there. We're just gonna run it without the VVT plugged in, and we're gonna steal the coil pack and fuel rail from this one, slap it on there, and theoretically it'll run. So that's the plan for today. We will check in with periodic updates. Chase, you got anything to share?
Nope.
All right. Well, I'll check in with periodic updates, and yeah, it should be a good time. So we're gonna go ahead and get the ball rolling. Check in a few. Yeah, quick update. This is going way too easy right now. Exhaust is off, radiator's out, intake, miscellaneous bits and bobs. But I mean, I think it's just because we already deleted so much out of the engine bay, like no power steering, no AC, washer tank, you know, all the other miscellaneous stuff isn't in here anymore, which is making it a lot easier. But yeah, I mean, we still got to do clutch slave. I got to check all the wiring underneath that needs to be disconnected. But we're like surprisingly close. The only thing we're missing, we don't have like one of those engine levelers, which is really helpful when you pull an engine in a Miata, just because it you really got to tip it up to get it out, because you want to do a all at once type deal with the transmission. But yeah, we're like maybe, what are we, an hour?
I'm getting it out.
How long have we been working?
I don't know, probably 2 hours, an hour maybe.
That's what I'm saying. It's been very quick. So we're gonna take a break, go to Harbor Freight, get that little cranky doodad, and yeah. So that's the update. Any questions, comments, or concerns, Chase? Master Chief.
Snacks at Harbor Freight.
Dude, we can totally get snacks at Harbor Freight, dude. Snack would be what would happen. Okay, so new update. I forgot to pick up the camera, but the engine's in the air. We have a success. Well, we're almost there. I wanted to film before we took it out, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, engine's almost out. Everything seems to be working. We had to like almost crank it vertical to get it out of there, but everything's going smooth so far. So we'll check back in a bit once we get everything out and maybe get the transmission off. But that's the update. Updates from the garage. Chase is currently working on the rear main. We took the whole doodad off. We're not sure if that was a good idea or not. But we're just gonna hit it with some RTV and put it back on and cross our fingers. We got the new actual rear main there. Old engine's off. Transmission separated. I was gonna pop that old clutch off, but we're going to not do that because new engine came with this like very barely used Exidi like upgraded street style clutch. And this is a funny comparison that Chase brought to my attention. So this is his C5 Z06 is it still named Coretta?
Sure.
Affectionately known as Coretta. And he's working on doing the like reverse lockout or something was all whacked out in his transaxle. So anyways, this is a clutch for a C5 Corvette, and that is a Miata clutch for comparison. So I thought that was pretty funny. But anyways, we're still trucking along here. We'll see how far we make it this evening. We're hoping to get the engine back in and get the car at least like out of the way so that we can get his roommate's car back in here before the end of the evening. But yeah, still trucking along. Things seem to be going okay. The one weird thing that we're still trying to figure out, let me put this clutch back. So when you do this NB1 to NB2 conversion, the coil packs on the NB2 sit on the plug on top of the motor, whereas the NB1, the coil pack sits on the back of the motor where the VVT system is on the NB2. So we found you can unbolt the coils, and I think we're just going to set them on top of the motor for right now and see if we can get it running. Because you want to keep the ignition from the NB1 if you're doing the NB1 computer, because otherwise it doesn't know how to communicate with the NB2 coils. So we're keeping the coils from the first gen motor, and we're just going to set them on top and plug everything in and kind of see what happens. So stay tuned. Chase, how's your morale?
Up in the air. Sky
There it
high.
is, dude. That's what we love to hear. All right. Talk to you in a while. Hello again, party people. You're back with Chowder and Logan at 1:08, 1:09 on a Sunday morning. We currently have, I can't remember the last time we checked in. We've got a Sheila with no guts. Currently just kind of strewn about the shop. Me and Chase work in a very similar fashion where we just we're organized, but it's like organized chaos. So what's very out of character for us is we are currently right now putting tools away, even though we need to work again tomorrow. So Chase is, just over here with his thumb up his butt doing nothing. And I'm delivering him tools. But yeah, so progress was made. Couple things with this swap. I might make like a separate video just to better explain this swap, because believe it or not, we're kind of struggling to find information on it. It's nothing crazy important, but it's like there's no concrete how to do this swap. So the biggest thing we've discovered thus far is you need the fuel rail from the NB2 because it kind of branches out around the diaphragm for the valve flap things. I forget what they're called. So thanks. I really dwelled over that one in my brain. So the fuel rail kind of like diverts around that system. And then we kept the injectors from the NB1 because they're different colors and we're worried that like the flow rate might be different. Wiring harness from NB1, except we cut the loom back a little bit. And I took the coils from the NB1. We got to figure out how we're going to mount those and what we're going to do with them. Because like I said earlier, they don't fit on the back of that motor anymore because this big VVT angular joint is kind of in the way. So this is kind of a temporary setup, but we just stripped it back so we could put these on top of the motor, and then we can maybe place them somewhere that makes more sense later on down the line. But we do still have the connection for I believe that's a water temperature sensor. We got some hose so we could just make this quick routing because we're just bypassing the heater core. And yeah, we got the transmission on with that clutch I showed earlier. That's in really good condition. We resealed the input shaft of the transmission because it looked like it was leaking. Did a new rear main, and I think that's it. So that's current status. The beers have been broken out. So we're doing a quick cleanup, and we're gonna call it a night and reapproach in the morning. So in the morning, hopefully it's just going to be a lift this baby up, tuck her in there, and plug everything in. And The only other thing we need to do is strip back this loom here and move this plug to the back of the engine. That's for the cam position sensor. It used to be at the front. Now it's like on top of the intake manifold at the back. It's right here now. So, but same coupler, works the same way. So we're just gonna strip that back, move that, and plug everything in and turn the key and cross all of our fingers and toes, and hope that it works the way everyone's been telling us it will. So that's the type of energy we need. So anyways, that's the closing statement for the night. I won't draw on anymore. And we will see you in the morning. So Chase, any last sentiments or words?
Nope.
Those are wise words from the one and only Shouter. We'll see you in the morning. Peace. Updates. Chase is working on drive shaft and power plant frame. Motor is in. Just quick updates as to some more modifications we had to do. So everything plugged up. Good so far. However, you have to strip. So the old cam angle sensor is on the front of the motor. On the NB1 motor, it gets moved. It's the same sensor, same plug, but it's on the back on this one. So you got to strip the loom back. And then you can see, they're kind of tangled together. So we could cut it and like do it more properly. But I think for today, we just stripped it back, kind of tried to pull it back as much as we could without breaking any wires. Just electrical taped it up and ran it back. And then with the coils, same thing. We just stripped it back and then just are laying them up top here for the time being. We're planning on running the NB2 coils. I didn't know it was as easy as just pinning these wires into new couplers and you can just use the new coils. I thought it was a little bit more involved than that, but based on some forum posts I saw last night, seems like we can run the old ones. So anyways, we're still trucking along. Hopefully we'll be able to turn the engine here soon. Other thing, again, we're trying to use the NB2 manifold, but the plumbing's a little bit different and stuff. I don't have super high expectations that the butterfly valves in there are gonna work properly on the NB1 ECU. So if it starts up and they're just like freaking out, we'll just unplug them and run them open. My understanding is mainly for cold start emission stuff anyways, at least on the NB2. And then if we want to put the NB1 manifold, we can slap that back on there, but I'll have to see how that works with ChampCar rules. So anyways, that's the update. Talk to you in a while. Update, motor's in, water's in it. Everything's plugged in. Exhaust is on. Everything's good. We just need to put fluid in the transmission, but we don't need to do that to run it. So we are getting ready to turn the key here. I'll try and take a video of it when it's starting. Hopefully it just, we're hoping for little to no drama here, but time will tell. So fingers crossed.
All right, pause. That might have just been error. Yeah, do we have a fire extinguisher out here? You have one of this fire suppression. Hey, fire pins out. No, we're good. I'm pretty confident.
Okay, ready?
Yep. Stop. All right, we got a fuel leak.
Any fuel coming in?
I don't see it.
Okay. Can you get that plastic thing off of the valve cover just in case? You ready?
Yep.
The cam angle sensor in there?
Like it. Stop. Woo! Did you decide that once it worked that connects?
Yeah, pretty much. Hey everyone, this is day 2 of the engine swap. End of the day, it's like 10 o'clock. Obviously we're back in Columbus here. I had to bolt out of Chase's. I was meeting some guy to buy some subwoofers for DJing, and the deal was really good, and his time was kind of somewhat limited. I can't remember the last thing we filmed. I think we filmed the engine running. but I just took it around the block to put it in, just in the gated area here, just to put it back, and it feels like really good. So I don't know if it's the clutch. It did have like a nice aftermarket clutch in it, a ZD clutch, I think. Still like single disc, stock style. But it feels like it could be, it's probably totally placebo, but it feels more peppy. And the engine seems to rev a lot better. It might be better motor mounts. I have no idea, but I'm super excited to shake this thing down. Chase took it out on the street really quick while I showered and got ready to leave. And he said, he didn't really get on it, but he said, everything seems okay. I need to wire in all my gauges before I really do anything too crazy with it, because I don't want anything to happen to this motor. Paid a lot of money for it, and I want it to work well. He also said there was a clunk in the suspension somewhere. We might have forgotten to loosen or tighten something, or there might be something, a tool loose, or I don't know. But I'll take a look at it. But yeah, so anyways, it's late here. It's Sunday night. I got to work tomorrow. Seems to be a common theme, right? Anyways, so I got to drop off Mr. Doll's trailer and truck. Got to drop off the subs at my place. Got to fill it up. Got a bunch of things. So I'm going to call it here. Just wanted to give a quick end of the video type recap. Thanks for watching. Obviously, if you have any questions, I think I'm going to make like a more in-depth how to do an NB2 engine into an NB1 chassis video. Just like a quick one, just to explain some of the weird nuances that we found it hard to figure out, at least from forum searching. But other than that, if you have any questions right now, let me know. It gives me inspiration for new videos. It lets me know people are watching. So, anywho, thanks for stopping by. Hope this wasn't too long or boring or tedious or anything. But yeah, we got our car back together. So good things are happening over here. We'll hopefully see you on the next one. But cheers. Have a good one.